For 5 years, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka was the country's second most powerful man. But shortly after the 2013 presidential race, he became the number 2 figure in the opposition.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
To all of you. I hope this is a year where Kenyans will also learn to work hard, using their own hands, gardening.
Close to 2 years after the drastic change of fortunes for the man from Seikuru in Mwingi County, a lot of water has gone under the bridge.
What has Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka been up to? What has been keeping you busy? How have you been spending a lot of the time that probably you used to spend in government?
I find myself busier, by the way, than when I was, say, Minister for Foreign Affairs. Of course, you travel the world. But you can see that I've been traveling. Nothing has actually changed much. It's only that you now redirect your energies. I'm very active politically, as you will have observed. Still leader of Wiper Democratic Movement and also deputy leader of Coalition for Reforms and Democracy. So I find myself traveling because I don't need permission from anybody to travel. You know, even as vice president, I needed to get permission from President Kibaki to leave a country. Now I just go and encourage. I've also been serving as the honorary chair of World Eminent Chinese Businessmen. And so this last year, I've gone to the People's Republic of China 3 times. Yeah? And these are things that I don't even want to talk about because they're important. They're important to encourage investment in this economy. Because unless we create jobs, and here, I don't have to, as opposition leader, right? I would not want to see a situation where Kenyan youth are jobless if there's something I can do, even when I'm in opposition. So even if the Jubilee government wants to claim credit, let them do so. I once was told by my predecessor, because we were in 1983, when I first ran for parliament. And we used to say, you know, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. So he told us in a huge public rally, if you get married to a lady who is pregnant by another man, and they give birth to a baby, that baby is not that other man's child, it's your child. So I can understand why Jubilee will be saying even those projects that were conceptualized and started by the Grand Coalition government, like the road networks in Nairobi, the Southern Bypass, the Northern Bypass, all right? I know they'll try to claim credit, but it is important that whoever claims credit, that's another issue. But what we must do. And that's what I've been doing.
And while he's not out of the country or playing his role in the opposition team CORD, Kalonzo whiles away time at his Yatta farm, where he engages in mixed farming. He was one of the longest-serving lawmakers in Kenya's parliamentary history, having been first elected in 1983.
When I first went to parliament, my symbol was a panga. So if you go to my constituency, they call me Kivanga. Yeah, Kivanga. So they used to compose all manner of political songs.
Like?
On how useful a panga is.
Can you sing one or can you remember one of
the songs? Yeah. A lady used to sing, Kivanga oe nikiata mamonda nikia leangwe. Yeah, that you use this to clear your farm. And without a joke.
Other than the brief period between 2005 and 2007, Kalonzo has not tasted life in the opposition, but he has been forced to don the opposition jersey after the last presidential contest.
We were used to the Kalonzo Musyoka flying a ministerial flag. Recently, the Kalonzo Musyoka, who was the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, who almost became the president, by the way, at one point. Yeah. How does it feel now to be in the opposition?
First of all, if you ask Mheshimiwa Chris Morongaro, you know the joke we used to make. I used to tell him I'm like a kaguni. You know what a kaguni is? It's a dig. You chase it in that direction, it has gone home. So it doesn't matter if you're from this ministry or the other. That was a message. But it didn't take very long after that, and we were fired. We were fired along with Raila Odinga, so it's not the first time I'm in opposition. So I'm used to these things. It's never been a bed of roses. One time In fact, remember in 2002, when I did not support Project Uhuru, as negotiated by President Moi that time, and I said I was supporting President Kibaki, although I was ready in 2002. In fact, had Raila not said Kibaki Tosha, I probably would have been the candidate. All right? These are some of the things that Kenyans may not remember or know. So I was again fired. I didn't wait to be fired by Moi. I resigned. And you know, he used to go and say, now this Kalonzo went to my constituency. He threw bendera kwa barabara. All right? So it's not been that easy for me. I'm not the kind of person who enjoys a lofty life of flying a bendera.
Having deputized retired President Mwai Kibaki for 5 years, Kalonzo was just a heartbeat away from the presidency.
My focus was not on heartbeat presidency, away from the presidency, but on making sure that President Kibaki succeeded. I'm quite sure he's a very happily retired president, wherever he is. All right? And I would have hated a situation where that heartbeat business ever appeared, because people think you're an opportunist. All right? And I never would want to be an opportunist. I believe in hard sweat, realizing a vision that you are properly set before yourself.
With his new role in the opposition, Kalonzo has had to find his voice and turned out to be a vocal critic of the government, accusing the Jubilee administration of not being inclusive enough.
Here you are dealing with a nation, a country, which is not a country. It's a conglomerate of tribes. And therefore, if you are not careful, you end up isolating a lot of Kenyans. This is why we are saying when we are going to Okoa Kenya initiative, basically means it's a country where everybody feels included.
Like his colleagues in the opposition, Kalonzo has not accepted the outcome of the 2013 presidential poll. He has been on the forefront, calling for the disbandment of the electoral body IEBC and a fresh process of appointing a new arbiter ahead of the 2017 general election.
Every Kenyan knows that nobody scored 50+1% of the popular vote. The whole world knows this country should have gone to the second ballot. That's a fact. So, over those issues, I find it very difficult to accept, to be user-friendly. I mean, the Kalonzo, they are used to. I'm so happy that opportunity has arisen, in a negative sense, in a positive sense, out of getting, like the proverbial phoenix that rises from the ashes, that people can understand who I am. If it was a proper loss, we wouldn't talk. Nothing like sour grapes. But the truth, as long as you live a lie, right, you cannot be at peace with yourself, whoever you are.
The next electoral race to State House is 2 years away.
I want to show you one of the most beautiful animals that I know. Yes.
In 2013, you were in the presidential race together with Honorable Raila Odinga. 2017 is approaching. Will you be on the same race again?
I will be meeting with my think tank groups in the next few days, because now this is 2015. Elections are not very far. In fact, this is the year. If one wants to run in 2017, this is the year of preparation, serious preparation. I don't want to say more.
Was there an agreement between you and Honorable Raila Odinga that you support him for the 2013 elections? He returns the favor in 2017.
My friend, I've said that before. That is all privileged information. Okay? So let it stay like that, because I've answered that question numerous times, and I've said that. You don't expect me to begin to divulge information which may not be in the best interest of our coalition. Yeah? Be that as it may, nothing stops me from beginning serious preparation. Serious preparation. And this is what we're having consultations. We are now actually in the process of having consultation. Look at me. It's only you who has come to make me look like lots of people around. You would have found me alone. But there are many, many people out there who are thinking hard. Yeah, because people want this country truly liberated.
Time and again, Kalonzo has been linked to the return to the government.
I don't know what you mean. I've heard those rumors about warming up to government. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. If anything, maybe my brother Raila, because of what I've just told you, why are they not saying he's warming up to the government when he attended the the last celebrations in December 12, on December 12. And you heard me say I would not even have gone for the garden party at State House. All right? And what position would you give, right, an immediate former vice president in a situation where the office of the president is already occupied, the office of the deputy president is occupied, all right? What is that other thing you'd give an immediate former vice president? Those are people yet to understand who Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is. They need prayers.
Kalonzo has also ventured into mango farming at his Yatta farm, but the political fruit from his Ukambani political backyard has turned bitter and amplified by the conflict in Makueni County between Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana and the county assembly.
Those are not bitter fruits. First of all, there's interference, clearly, by external forces. A Wiper Democratic Movement, yeah, does not stand for dissolution of Makueni County. But should it become absolutely unavoidable, then we are weighing very strongly the option of supporting Governor Kibwana. I've said that openly. Because he's being victimized, you can see that, by a very greedy county assembly. Very greedy, I can tell you that.
Is Kalonzo Musyoka actually in control
Absolutely.
of his political backyard?
Absolutely. You cannot control the court. If a fellow runs to court and is given money by some fellows out there who want to disorganize Kalonzo Musyoka, correct? Yeah. I mean, if today there's major rebellion, there's no rebellion. There's no rebellion. Just 2-3 leaders who are targeted. They are bought with money like cows in a marketplace to cause confusion, and people know them. People know them.
Kalonzo's political relationship with Machakos Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua has also been on the spotlight, Mutua being seen as one of the rebels in the Wiper Party, keen on dimming Kalonzo's political star ahead of the 2017 polls.
No, I don't discuss individuals. Governor Mutua is a member of my party. But again, I have nothing personal. Everybody knows I want my party to be strong, at least very strong.
But the former vice president still complains of what he terms ill treatment by the government.
If I tell you that today, you won't believe this. The 2 askaris who come to pick me in the morning, come in a GK, private numbered vehicle, which I have to fuel. And some of them, I tell the one lives in Mbakasi, one lives in JSU camp, I don't know, Ruaraka. And they have to be taken back. I have to fuel all that. I have even, when the vehicle breaks down, I have to take it for repairs at Toyota Kenya. Is this the way you want to treat an immediate former vice president? They like to use that word, former. All right? Surely. Has it not occurred to somebody that it could become them? And I can assure them, if I was in their shoes, I would never treat a Kenyan like that. Never treat a Kenyan leader that way.
The opposition team's call for national dialogue did not materialize, with the government terming it unnecessary.
You know, we called for dialogue. If they made 2015 a year for dialogue, then we didn't have to end up obtaining orders today in court against a bad law. All right? Why should people want to make President Uhuru look so dictatorial by rushing things through? Yeah? They should advise him, because I can understand he may not be a lawyer like me, okay? But he has able people who can correctly advise him. They are the same ones telling him, no, rule with an iron fist. Those days are gone. And our new constitution, right? The time for dialogue is now. So 2015, I watched a speech which I think was recorded, right? But you know, I wish he said he's ready for dialogue for the sake of this country, because there's nothing to lose. In fact, for him, it's a win-win. If he says, wait a minute, let us all sit. What are these issues? Wewe Kalonzo ndugu yangu, what is the problem? Because that is what we are. Right? And we will make this country great.
But one of the issues that Kalonzo has not yet been able to shake off is that of his perceived indecisiveness.
Never been a watermelon, never. I love the fruit, but I've never been. Not within that context. By the way, those who are calling me watermelon that time were the guys who are now my supporters.
Francis Gashuri, NewsMakers series.